As I've discussed on this channel many times, I thoroughly believe that the things that we own and consume should directly reflect our values. The bag that we carry every day should be the epitome of that. The things that you choose to put in your bag and the way you organize them is a subconscious representation of yourself. At least that's what I'm going for. Hey team, welcome back to another Levi's Save the World Hildebrand episode, the channel where we prove that you don't need to be a hero to save the planet. Today we are going to be talking about my backpack, my everyday carry, the things that I carry with me on a day-to-day basis to help me live a more sustainable lifestyle and get stuff done at the same time. So to preface this whole thing, I want to say that during the process of doing research for this video, it is definitely clear that people highly curate the things that are in the bags that they are showing. I too have definitely chosen to include specific things that I want to talk about because that's just a natural inclination that people will have. I decided to make this video after shooting a collab video with the peeps over at Goal Guys, which is another awesome Vancouver-based YouTube channel which you should definitely check out. We shot a video where Cam challenged himself to go an entire 2 weeks without creating any waste at all. Through the process, we talked about a lot of the supplies that he would need in order to prepare himself to avoid waste whenever possible. And I took them on a tour of one of the first zero waste grocery stores in the world, the Nata Market. This whole experience was actually really cool for me as somebody who talks about zero waste a fair bit, to see how somebody in like the first stages of experiencing this lifestyle can find hurdles and stuff that I just sort of take for granted nowadays. I think this video is really interesting and I think you'll get a lot out of it. There is a link down in the description, of course, where you can see the full thing, so definitely check that out. So this is my bag, and it's a Timbuktu Command, and it was discontinued the year that I bought it, replaced by the Authority bag, which you can find on their website. This bag is a great bag, but there are some things that of course I would like to change about it, which we'll get to in a moment. But let's go over why I chose this bag in the first place. So I bought this bag largely because of this pocket right here. It holds a 15-inch laptop, which was pretty well the most important criteria for me when I was looking for a new bag. And it was on sale. What can I say? So this bag is not perfect because of a few things. Number one, as you'll see as I go through the bag, I like to have lots of little pockets, and this bag does have a decent amount of pockets, but I could use even more pockets. I also think that this thing needs more than one bottle holder. What's with this? Why is there no water bottle here? It's not like there's a physical limitation here. It's not like there's no way for them to put a little mesh pouch on the side of the bag. So on the outside of the bag before we get inside is, of course, my trusty clean canteen water bottle. This thing has been with me through everything, as you can obviously tell. If you want to see a full video about why I feel like this is the best water bottle on the market, there is a video linked up in the cards right now for you to check out. Also, kind of a weird thing, this backpack comes with a beer bottle opener. This here is my moose hide patch, which is a symbolic measure taken by Indigenous and non-Indigenous men to stand up against violence against women and children from Indigenous communities across Canada. So is the bag perfect? No. I still own it. Why? Because it's tough. I use it as hard as I possibly can and nothing has broken. Absolutely nothing. I don't feel like it's worth me giving up this bag to buy an entirely new bag to create more waste just for minor preferential things like that. Now, the plan when I first decided that I was going to make this video was that the bag I was going to use in this video was a Fjallraven Rekonken backpack. Now, that didn't happen because after months of use, I found that I don't actually like the Kanken backpack. Despite how famous it is, despite how popular it is, it's just not the backpack that I choose to use. So if you're interested in seeing a full video on why that is, I will be releasing that very soon. Let's get into the bag. The reason why I bought the bag, the 15-inch laptop pocket, which of course holds my MacBook Pro. This is a 15-inch MacBook Pro. It still edits all of my videos today, 4K, everything that you could possibly want. Somehow this beast is still going. This pocket is also very helpful because it helps you store pieces of paper and other sorts of stuff from getting wrinkled and stuff like that. So there's another bonus on top if you're a student or something. So coming around, this is the main pocket. I typically carry very little. I will sometimes put another sweater inside of here. But what's kind of neat about this pocket is that it opens up almost entirely flat. Like you can get this thing pretty wide open. Inside here, I have a journal. I like to bring this with me because it's a way for me to sort through what my brain is thinking of. I have a bit of a tendency to overthink things, so if I have a place to process those thoughts, that's extremely helpful. I usually throw my MacBook charger just down in the bottom of the bag because, like I said, there's not enough little pockets in this bag. Just to give you an illustration of how big this bag is, I'm gonna stick a couple of growlers in here. Not because I'm, just constantly drinking craft beer or anything. Just, as an illustration of how much room this thing has. It's like really big. Like, look at that. Getting into the second pocket, this is where I keep most of the more sensitive things that I don't want people to be able to quickly steal out of the back of my bag. So in the outside, topmost pocket here, I have my editing hard drive inside of an old sunglasses case because I'm not really sure why I do this. I think it's just so that the cable and the SSD are in the same place, but the truth is I should definitely get a case for this because this is my whole life. I edit all of my videos on here. I keep my AirPods in here. This is the smallest and most easily syncable pair of headphones that I've found for traveling and editing at the same time. Always keep my keys in here along with my Moto membership, which will be the subject of another future video. Gosh, maybe you should hit that subscribe button and then you'd see all these amazing videos that Levi's going to make in the future. Great idea, Levi. I've got a keychain pill bottle on here for my medication. This is a thingy for a yoga studio that I don't go to anymore. Yeah, I should probably take that off. Moving on into the bag. In the first pocket inside here, I keep a battery bank. This battery bank is made by Nimble. It's a very high-powered, I don't even know the specs on it, I really should. But this thing is really, really great. It has very clear charging symbols on the side. The cable wraps up in the top and connects by magnet. This company is in the process of becoming a B corporation, which, as you may have seen in many of my other videos, is a criteria that I look for in any sustainable company that I feature on this channel. If you're looking for a phone charger or a battery bank, these guys are really awesome. I keep my wallet in here, just on the outside pocket. Again, not like my favorite pocket. I wish that this thing was like zippered and closer up. Like, why isn't there another one on this side or like along the sides here? More pockets, people. I keep a couple of pens on me at all times for the journal or for ideas that I come up with while I'm sitting there or on the bus, etc., etc. Always nice to be able to write things down. For some reason, my brain just retains information better if I actually get to write it down physically rather than having it on my phone or something. Honestly, I have just purchased this thing, but I'm very excited about it. This is the C2 Summit 850 milliliter collapsible food container. I am very excited to get some more experience with this to see how it works. But this is huge for me because you want to have a container with you if you're on the go and you suddenly realize, oh my God, I didn't eat lunch. I need something to pack up my food and take it to go. But you're gonna end up with some disposable container if you don't have something in your bag that you can immediately substitute that with. This solves the problem. You have a massive container. It seals airtight. Basically any food that you wanna keep fresh and off all the rest of the stuff in your bag can be sealed in this container and you can take it to go. And then when you're done with it, you give it a little clean, close it up. Look at that. Amazing. Another weird thing that I keep with me is a lock. Whenever you're on the road, if you're traveling per se, or you just on the go and you're at an airport or something and you need to be able to lock your stuff up, having a lock and a key is a nice thing to have. In the outside-most pocket, I typically have my sun skis in their little pouch because this is the first pair of sunglasses that I've actually ever cared about. They're beautiful, they're polarized, they're lovely, and so I don't want to get them scratched if at all possible. If you haven't seen my video about these sunglasses, you should check those out. In the cards right now, they are made entirely out of garbage, and there's a discount code for you down in the description. If you're in the market for a new pair of sunglasses, Sunski are an incredible company that you should definitely think of supporting. In the main body of the bag, this is where I keep all of my sort of safety materials for zero waste and travel related things. We have these matching baggies, which weren't actually meant to be matching. I just happened to be gifted 2 of these for Christmas last year. So we'll start with these 3 things. We have the, God, beer is becoming a weird theme actually. I haven't actually used this yet, but it's so stupidly awesome that I feel like I gotta hold on to it. It's a foldable little beer cozy that, you know, I guess if I don't have my reusable cup on me and I happen to be drinking a canned beverage, it will be cold. These are 2 bags by Chico Bag, which is a company that specializes in reusable bags that are made out of recycled pop bottles. I just bought these, so they're not exactly something that I can vouch for in terms of long-term quality, but I do know that they are a B certified corporation, and they do have a lot of awesome environmental practices within their company. And I mean, the end of the day, the point is, do you have a bag on you? Because if you can put all your vegetables into this produce bag and then put the rest of your groceries into this grocery bag, you've saved 2 plastic bags from entering our waste system, and that's always for the best. So these 2 are my kits for zero waste eating and drinking. Inside here, I just have the utensils that I use, a straw, and a little scrub brush, which come in handy whenever you need to drink something that needs a straw. Like
a shaft.
And Leah says a shaft. If you don't know what a shaft is,
That sucks.
you know. I was gonna say they would be better off. What is it again?
Espresso vodka,
Ooh.
Baileys,
Ooh.
coffee,
Oh.
cream, and sometimes Kahlua.
Yeah. So you might need a straw for one of those, but you might also not want one of those. Fair enough. I have some leftovers from another bamboo kit that I had just in case you need a knife or another spoon while you're eating. This is my go-to. Very small, very cute, and usually is all you need if you're eating something out of your awesome collapsible container, which we talked about earlier. Chopsticks, just because some foods are awesome when you eat them with chopsticks. All of these nicely pack up into this weird little kids lunch sack that I own. In my last satchel container here is sort of like my bathroom kit. I have my medication so that I always have some extra in my bag wherever I go, regardless of whether or not I've remembered to bring it with me. I have a broken toothbrush that I got from a dentist at some point a number of years ago, and it's still good, so I'm gonna use it until it's absolutely dead, because you can't recycle toothbrushes. You just throw them in the garbage. There's no other way to dispose of them. So I got some lip balm from Nivea. I don't particularly care. Every now and then you need lip balm when you're on the road. I've been trying out the Smiles for Miles toothy tabs from Lush. I don't hate them. They're not quite as satisfying as like classic Colgate, but you know what? For the waste that they avoid, they are awesome. So I hope that this has been somewhat informative or maybe inspiring for you to see how I pack up my bag. It's not something that I ever thought that I would have been making a video about on my channel if you had asked me 2 years ago when I started this thing off. But all of these things are in this bag for one simple reason: convenience. We're under a lot of pressure as a society, as millennials, as anyone who's alive in the digital age, to do as much as possible, and that has meant that convenience has become key, and that's taken its toll on the environment. Disposability has been the name of the game for so long that in order to avoid creating a ton of unnecessary waste, you have to have the supplies to make sure that you can avoid it. This is a key part of living zero waste that I talked about with Cam, that psychological perspective to reducing your waste.
This is what people get really confused about zero waste, is they think zero waste is like zero waste. They see that video with the girl with the jar a whole year in one jar, and everybody's like, well, I can't do that. And the reality is that it's not like that. It's the striving towards a world that is without waste.
Now, of course, if you have all these things, there's no point in going out and buying the ones that I have in my bag just because I recommended a specific brand. You probably have utensils in your drawer that you don't use very much. You can just take those and put them in your bag. The point is, make do with what you have, but make sure that you're prepared. Make sure that you have all the things to live your best life for you and the planet. But regardless of your interest in living a zero waste or lower waste lifestyle, or kitting out your bag just like mine, I want to thank you for stopping by the channel to check out this video, to take some time out of your day to spend some time with me, because I really appreciate that. And if you're subscribed to this channel, we will see you in the next one.